This is the Cincinnati Bearcat team we thought we were getting this year. Baba Miller, Mustafa Cham, and Jizzle James lead the way over the Baylor Bears, 67-57. A game that Cincinnati led wire to wire. It really wasn't ever that close. A double-digit lead for the Bearcats most of this one. And like I said, those are the three players that stepped up for Wes Miller. Welcome into Chatterbox Bearcats. I'm Nick Niehaus, Hudson Klauke joining me for the postgame show. We are brought to you by Martino's on Vine. Make sure you head to Martino's before and after every single game. Get the 2-foot hoagies. Get the pitchers of beer. Before and after games, it's like happy hour. So you get some cheap deals there. Definitely the place to be if you're in Clifton. Hudson, I feel like I need to formally apologize to Baba Miller and Mustafa Cham because I have said some things this season that I would like to take back. Those two specifically, they have shown up in Big 12 play, especially Cham recently. Baba's been good all year. We've been calling him the low major Grim Reaper. But Cham, we saw it last year where he got better as the year has gone by, and that is exactly what's happening this season. Those two are really, really good.
Baba's numbers are just insane when you get on the stat sheet. I mean, 18 and 17, 6 of 12. He has 6 of 6 from the line for Baba as well. So kudos to him, man. But the real story of this was the Celestine-Dan Skillings rivalry game against their former teams. And Dan Skillings did all the vintage Dan Skillings game. All the wacky layups. He missed every single one of them in the first half. Turned it on a little bit in the second half. Celestine was building a house out there on the three-point line, brick after brick. But, hey, I'm not going to complain about a Big 12 win. Big 12 wins in this league are very difficult to get. Baylor stinks. Baylor is not good. What are they, 1-7 now in the Big 12? It's not a very good team. Scott Drew knows it for damn sure. I don't know if I've ever heard of Scott Drew getting a tech. We saw one of those, but hey, congrats to Wes Miller and happy birthday to Wes Miller. So I'm glad he could get a W.
Scott Drew stopped the fast break. He could have taken a charge on the ref. That was one of the weirder things I've ever seen. We should get, and I know we did get 2 points because of the technical free throws, but you should get, 2 other points awarded to you because you can't just walk onto the court like that and stop the play. That was ridiculous.
It's a great time to do it, Tech, if you're going to get one. Like, the guy's literally going to lay it in. You just run out. It's like, whatever. They were getting 2 that way anyway.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm sure people listening to the show are rolling their eyes when I started off the show with this is the team that we thought that we were going to get because, again, we're playing Baylor. And like you mentioned, they stink. And we are not very good. We're 11-10. But my point being, you go into this year and you think those 3 guys are going to be the 3-headed monster. Jizzle James, Baba Miller, Mustafa Cham. And they were tonight. They were only 3 guys in double figures. Baba Miller is a NBA guy. He certainly is. Some of the plays you see him make are incredible. There was one play, I marked it down, it was our 47th point. You can't screenshot when streaming on your cell phone, but I wanted to tweet it out. He's backing his defender down, and then he gets squared up to the basket. He's probably 5-6 feet away from the basket, and he nearly dunks it. Like, he puts it up with both of his hands, and he's like inches away from the rim. I'm like, how is he that long? Like, it's incredible to see. He had one where Jordy Rodriguez airballed a 3, and he got the rebound on the other side of the rim, goes underneath the rim, and just reverse dunks it. It's like that took no effort from him. He makes these crazy plays, these crazy athleticism plays that just look easy to him. He's a stud, man. Like, he really is.
I know the longer the season goes on, I mean, we kind of been saying this from the jump, but I'm just shocked I don't see him further and further up the draft board. I mean, regardless of the 3-point shooting, we're not talking maybe we'd be talking first round, lottery pick. I would say top 10 if the guy could shoot a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
But he's got a knack to rebound the basketball. Some guys have it, some don't. Mustafa Cham had 4 rebounds. Like he doesn't have the knack for rebounding the basketball. Baba Miller is arguably the best rebounder in the country. And you're right. He made a lot of guys look good, or not really look good, just cleaning up disgusting, ugly shots, air balls, just complete bricks. And he just cleans it up. Did he even have any points out of the paint? I don't even recall. It was all just 3-footer, dunks, putbacks, you name it. He's truly a stud. You got to start wondering where you rank him. He's got to be, the best player in the Wes Miller era?
Well, that's what I was going to go to. We don't go to the comments this early, but J-Dub says Baba is the best player of the Wes Miller era and who we wanted Skillings to become. Now, obviously, he's bigger than Skillings, but who would you argue? Landers Nolly? 1 year of Landers Nolly?
Yeah, I guess I thought this was going to be a better hypothetical. Because it's pretty much Baba or Landers, and it's
or
Baba.
Like, DeJulius, maybe, but
DeJulius was great. I saw the Jizzle James enthusiast put that on X the other day.
Yes,
ranking. I thought it was crazy. The amount of people that put DeJulius like 5th in that lineup. It was between what? Who was it? Troy Copain obviously is the clear number 1.
It was Copain, Justin Jennifer, Kane Broom, DeJulius, and Jizzle. And Day maybe?
Day threw Day in there too. Julius was great. He got robbed with just kind of a shitty situation, the Brandon to Wes, conversion there. I thought he was awesome. We asked him to do way too much, but I don't know. I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
I'm just talking about that hypothetical or that ranking from on Twitter. Like I had a tweet written out, then I don't think you can't like get all your thoughts out. But, like, I was a huge Kane Broom guy. Like, I loved Kane Broom. So I was going to put him number 1. Obviously, he's not better than Troy Copain. He's not. But, like, in my eyes, like, I really liked the guy. So
he was cool.
I was about to, like, engagement farm on Twitter and put Kane Broom number 1, and everyone called me an idiot. So Jizzle finally a good shooting night. 5 for 6 from 3. How about that? I mean, you have Day and Jizzle have maybe the worst 2-game stretch of their careers out in Arizona, where they both Day had 0 points in both games or 2 points in total, and Jizzle had 5 in total or something, or 10 total. I don't know. Either way, neither of them sniffed double figures. Really bad performances from them the last week, and Jizzle turns it on, man. So the resilience is there. This was definitely a spot where you can quit. You lose both games on the road. You're in beautiful weather in Arizona. You're stuck there. You come home. There's 2 freaking feet of snow on the ground. And you're like, man, we suck. Screw this. No, they whooped Baylor's ass tonight and didn't quit. Certain players looked really good. Others, some to be desired. But I'm proud of how Jizzle responded. And Day shot okay to start. Tapered off at the end, but what can you do?
Yeah, no, you got to love. I was feeling for Jizzle because, he wasted a year eligibility on this team. And I appreciate that he did that and wanted to come back and join this squad and contribute. And him and Day just had stinkers, a stretch where in the most needed stretch of good basketball, they couldn't get it done. They're still fighting, though. I thought Day, he hit 2 threes early from like 5 feet beyond the arc. I'm like, all right, he's going to get it back. And then he proceeded to miss his next 5, I believe. So he didn't quite get it, but he had a pretty, solid game. I'll take that from him. But Jizzle James going 5 of 6 from 3. I'd prefer if it wasn't such a roller coaster, maybe give me like a steady, hey, I'm going 3 of 7, 3 of 8 type thing instead of like 0 of 7 and then 6 of 6. But yeah, Jizzle James looked great, and they beat the hell out of a zone. They went to zone, and they were getting the ball inside. Initially, I was a little worried. They were just passing it over the perimeter. They got the ball inside to Baba and Mustafa, kickouts. Jizzle James is really the guy that hurt him from deep. But, you're going to take that every day. 17 points from Jizzle James. You haven't seen that in a while.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about the other guys. So, Celestine had 2 really good field goals. One was a turnaround in the paint, or I guess at the free throw line. A shot that he's kind of turned on in Big 12 play. He's made a few of those, and then he made one over Skillings, but also could not hit the broadside of a barn from 3. 0 for 7 in his revenge game. Tough shooting from him. And also our Kirk Kriisa take did not age well in one game. 0 for 3 from 3, did not score. He had 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block. I don't remember the block. Is that a miss? Is that? Oh, well, he got a block. Anyway, Keyshawn Tillery had his own little 5-0 run, and then he made a couple of freshman mistakes, turned the ball over 4 times. Ooh, that's a lot. But somebody in the comments mentioned turnovers weren't bad because Buck didn't play. So Sincere Harris, which was he even on the injury report? I didn't even see him on the injury report, but he did not play. And
he had the flu.
Is that okay? That's what it was.
He had the flu, and then Abayev is in crutches.
Abayev's on crutches. So those are the injuries right now. Obviously, other than Jalen Haynes. So I don't know, man. Like, we looked good offensively, like with certain lineups out there, and you don't want to say you just don't want Buck to play, but people are getting frustrated with him, man.
Yeah, his offense has a little bit to be desired, to say the least, and the crazy Dan Skilling-esque, I should say, even more out of control though, layups that he just throws off the backboard. But you're probably going to need him when you play more talented teams, Absolutely. At least to some degree. If you want to switch up like the rotation, take him out of the starting lineup, by all means, go for it. Yeah. But he's probably going to have to play. Like Tillery, for example, 4 turnovers in 8 minutes is kind of incredible. He's a freshman. We'll take it. But, I mean, if you average it out to 40, I mean, he's averaging – it's like 18 turnovers in a game.
Jeez.
But, yeah, and Jordy Rodriguez, we were kind of like, hey, maybe put him in. He had some good deflections, some good defensive presence out there. He got a steal, I believe. But his three-point shot was, right off the backboard. It wasn't looking too hot either. Mm-hmm. Didn't shoot well from 3, 8 of 29. You win the game by 10 and pretty much dominate. So, overall, just a really good game. I think, I hate to devalue the win, but talk about 2 teams that were both. It's like, who's going to quit in this game?
Yeah.
Baylor looks really bad, too. They look like they might be on that pathway of quitting on this season. Now, I will say they do have some talented guys. There's no doubt about it. Like, our defense was strong. Like, Cameron Carr could not figure it out. He averages 20. Yesufu was awesome, per usual. But they have talent on this roster. And then, of course, James Najee. College basketball went to a halt across the country because of James Najee, who had 7 minutes and 1 rebound, 0 points. What the hell? Why is he a pro?
I don't know. Like, the G League must be pretty terrible because he's not even getting starting minutes or double-digit minutes on a team. That sucks. They're 1-7 in conference play. He's getting 7 minutes. He didn't look good. He didn't take a shot. Got 1 board, 1 turnover.
It's a first-round pick. The NBA.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Baylor's box score. Obi, 14 points, 5 for 15 from the floor. He had 4 threes, 4 of 11. He was taking every shot. But, yeah, the rest of the team, woof, from 3. Cam Carr, 4 points, 1 of 11 from the floor, 0 for 4 from 3. Dan Skillings, which let's just get into this now. A lot of discourse on the internet about if it was embarrassing that the students were booing him or, they're like, oh, do they not know he was probably pushed out? Like, no, people aren't like, students probably aren't that deep into the team where it's like knowing the ins and outs of the locker room. Like, all they see is this guy went to UC, transferred away, and is playing for a conference opponent. And they're going to boo him when he comes because he left us, regardless of if he was pushed out or not. So I got no problem with the students booing him. Now, if you're a grown man booing Dan Skillings, maybe it's time to rethink your priorities a little bit. It's like, this is a child, kind of. I mean, he's not. He's a pro basketball player. These are pros. I get it. But it was funny. Like, it was a loud pop every single time Skillings got the ball with the students. It's kind of funny, honestly. I was laughing.
I bet he enjoyed it. Yeah. Honestly, he probably would have loved to win the game, but I bet he got a kick out of the whole thing. Yeah. People aren't looking into, they're not on the Discord. Most average Joes aren't looking into the Discord and the BCJ boards and figuring out who got, shunned out, who was asked to leave. They just know he played for UC for a while and he got the ball. That's all fair. I think it's guaranteed to happen unless some very bizarre circumstance happens where a coach leaves or something, then sure, you're not going to get booed or you won anything. The other issue is we haven't won shit. So when a guy leaves, they're like, oh, he didn't do anything for us. We're going to boo you. So, yeah, I think that's just par for the course. It's going to happen in college sports.
Yeah, I don't even, like you said, I don't think he is probably upset about it. Like he probably gets it. Like, I don't know. You know, we both played high school ball. You go on a road game and everybody's, throwing stuff at you. It's fun. Like, so.
They don't boo nobodies.
Throwing stuff verbally is what I meant, not actually. Nobody needs to throw items onto the floor.
Sal, they might have thrown some stuff back then.
He might have. Tunde Yesufu, 16 points, 6 of 14. Skilling's at 10 points. I don't know if I said that or not. I tweeted, never change, man. Never change. That dude is just all over the floor all the time, running like his hair's on fire. I mean, it was kind of refreshing to see him do that, but for the other team.
Yeah, the pogo stick, man. He just bounces around, flying through the lane. He probably could have finished with, 16 or 18 if he just hit a couple layups, but that's kind of the Dan Skilling's experience that we know and love. Yeah, I got no ill will towards Dan. He got out. The problem is, either way for Dan, it's like, well, your team sucks at Baylor. Would have sucked at UC. So any option, the road that he chose was going to lead to failure no matter what, unfortunately.
We said it, and I thought we said it on the pod for the last game, but I think we said it in the live stream during the game. But if anything, Dan should get a standing O from the fans for making it out of the Wes Miller era unscathed and playing for another team. So all right, this is a call-in show, 513-400-4203. Leave a voicemail with a comment or a question. We already got one. You already know who it's from. It's number one, our number one fan, baby, Max from Cleveland. We'll play that later. But any other thoughts? I mean, this really was the Baba Miller, Mustafa Cham show. Okay, yeah. Here. Let me. While you gather your thoughts, just like every time Cham gets the ball now, I just feel confident. Like you just feel like he has such great touch around the rim, 10 feet out. He has a great shot. Like honestly, if he were to let me word vomit this out. If he had never taken a three at UC, if he has 0 3-point attempts while being a Bearcat, he's probably top 5 best center shooter I've ever seen in a UC Bearcat uniform. Who's a better like 10, 12 foot center shooter than Mustafa Cham?
Oh no, that's a good one. I feel like Ibrahima Thomas had a decent little mid-range.
Yeah.
I'm pulling that one out of the Rolodex. I'm pretty sure he shot like 36% from the field, but all he shot was jump shots. So no, a true like center, probably. And you're right. When he gets
probably
the
the
ball,
best one.
And he's such a mismatch. Such a mismatch. Yeah, Jason Maxiel, if you want to go all the way back to like when we were really humming back in the day, we probably had a few guys. Yancey Gates had a decent mid-range jump
he was
shot
good
too. Yeah, he could hit that little with a guy on his hip.
Absolutely.
But no, I Mustafa Cham, I that's clearly the recipe, as we know. I know the season's pretty much dead and gone regardless, but getting the ball into those mismatches, because Cham can pretty much get a shot off over anybody. And then when they start doubling, you start getting guys wide open. Now, will we knock down shots? I don't know. But I do feel great when Mustafa's got it, because he does have that soft touch. We didn't see it early in the season, but now it's like, oh, those things are just falling, man. The little teardrops. I like it.
Yeah, if you were going to tune out for this season, which I can't blame you, right? We're 11-10, 3-5 in the Big 12, not awful, but still, we're 11-10. What I would say to you is you should watch for Baba Miller and Mustafa Cham, because those guys are getting NBA looks, and we haven't had an NBA guy in forever. Jacob Evans, the last NBA guy, he's definitely the last drafted, right? Tari Easton, I guess you can count. We can claim him. If you allow OSU to claim Joe Burrow, although Tari actually played for us. But
we're taking Tari. We have to.
We'll take Tari. But, like, watch for these two, because Baba Miller is exciting, even from the tip. Like, what a nice play from the opening tip where Day gets it, alley-oop to Baba. He's just a walking highlight reel. And Mustafa Cham, you can see why the hype was all over him finally. Rough non-con, kind of a rough start to Big 12 play, but really turning it on as the year went on, because this is what he did at UCF. So I don't, some just him just getting warmed up just takes him half a year.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, yeah, if you're tuned out on the season, if you are still tuning in, God bless. We will be as well joining you. But Baba's not a guy you see often in any level at his size, the way that he can move. I mean, that transition where he got fouled, he was going behind the back on a guard. Like, you just don't see guys that are 6'11" being able to do that and push it down the floor. Like, he's a really, really special talent. We've never seen anything quite like him in a UC uniform. That's for damn sure. So, worst case scenario, you get to see some Baba highlight tapes and see Mustafa Cham continue to put it in the basket. Yeah.
Any other thoughts on this before we have a couple voicemails? We've gone 20 minutes. I don't know how long we can go with I mean, it's a good game. You know, we led double digits. I covered. I took UC. That was I saw UC -4, and I'm like, oh, this is weird. I think I'm gonna take it. You know, it's kind of like a roundabout way. It's like I was not expecting us to be favored, but since we are, we gotta take us. But like other than that, like I don't know. This game was kind of, we just played well. The three-headed monster played well, and Baylor couldn't shoot. We shut them down.
Yeah, and I told you before we started recording that they played a good game. I just wasn't into it, just due to what we've seen. The sweep in the desert really kind of nullified the end of this season, put the nail in the coffin there. So it's hard to get back in it, but I'm going to still root for the guys like Day Thomas. He's been around for a while. Like, we're going to keep rooting for him, guys like that. And we got Houston on Saturday, so the party might end pretty quickly if you're celebrating this W or this cover. We got Houston on the road Saturday. Another thing, we might want to throw this up to the chat in the house. We got to do another live show at Martino's.
Contractually?
Contractually obligated to do that. And we love Martino's, the 2-foot hoagie. I mean, you can't.
I just meant for them. Do they want us there?
That's a good question. They're like, that's going to ruin. Yeah, nobody's going to show up. We're going to have less people there if you guys do a live show. But we got to do another one. I think they brought it up 2 weeks ago. So, and the season was dead and gone at that point. We got to pick a damn game. And I guess it's not going to be this Saturday at Houston, unless you just wanted to see, just the chaos.
No.
So we got to pick another one. Kansas.
I think Kansas would be the game.
Any ideas?
I think Kansas would be the game.
We got to do one more at the old Martino's. This is not how we anticipated the season to go.
No.
We were scheduling this to late in the season because we thought, we're talking March. We're talking what seed are we going to be, because we're all idiots.
Well, it's funny because, little peek behind the curtain, we were like, was it TCU the final game of the football season? We were like, we don't want to do TCU because there's going to be much more meaningful basketball games than the last regular season football game, which means nothing. And then here we are. So tough scene. But no, if I was to pitch it at all, the Crosstown Shootout Martino's live show was awesome. I mean, tons of people there. So we got one more. I love doing it. It's a lot of fun. And well, hopefully we can get some people to show up. It's a nice little area up there to do a show. All right, let's get to a couple voicemails. Here we go.
All right, Max from Cleveland. Probably the most boring basketball game of all time. Not very much excitement. Just a quick take on booing Dan Skillings every single time he touched the ball. Don't really get the point if you're not going to boo Sorsby, because if you're mad that he was bad, then wouldn't you be happy that he was gone? So what's the point of really booing him? All right, that's all I got. That game took the life out of me. Could have put me to bed. 9 more wins to go. Thanks, guys.
I love the countdown of the wins to 12. I just love that. 9 more wins to go. I don't think it's as much as the students thinking like, hey, he sucked, so let's boo him. I think it's just like this is an old basketball player who now plays for another Big 12 team, unless I could be wrong.
Yeah, I repeat that, Niehaus. I was trying to look something up.
He just said, I don't get why you would boo Skillings and not Sorsby. It's like, I think Sorsby's going to get booed.
Yeah, when did we decide Sorsby wouldn't get booed?
I don't think he's saying that. I don't know.
Well, no. So basically, Max, to keep it super simple, if you played at UC and you left under any circumstance, it doesn't matter if you sucked. you're getting booed.
Yeah.
People that's what they do. People like to let the hate out in their hearts. Okay. It's just part of the human condition. So they're going to boo. I mean, hell, the only guy, I'm trying to look at who left. CJ Anthony might get booed if he came back. You know, he might be the only guy that nobody does boo. But Sorsby's for sure going to get booed, dude. Like, there's no doubt in my mind Sorsby will get booed. Why would you not? And nobody blames him. That's the thing. It's not like you really hate the guy for leaving. I mean, Sorsby got paid $5 million to leave. He'd be an idiot not to. But you're going to get booed if you wore the UC jersey and you're wearing another team's jersey when you come home.
You know who would make me sad to see get booed? I need a guess from recent teams. If they came back and played, they would never, because we would never have this team at Fifth Third. But if they came back, I would feel bad if this guy got booed.
If this guy got booed from a recent team, like he's still playing in college right now?
Yes. Very recent. Yeah. Come on now.
Connor Hickman?
No, Josh Reed. If Josh Reed came back and got booed.
Yeah, that would be mean.
Sad. That would be
mean. That turns mean. I don't know why Josh Reed just should be booed. I can't tell you exactly why, but he's just not a guy that you boo.
No,
you can't.
Not at all. Our guy Sean Spurlock guessed it correctly in the comments. All right, we got another voicemail.
What up? This is Matt from Fairfield Township. I'm a longtime Cincinnati fan. Been listening to your show for the last year. You actually make watching the games a little enjoyable, especially over the last 5 years. It's been great to listen to the show. My take is, it's amazing what happens when you throw the ball into the middle of the paint, or you post up your big instead of having them catch the ball outside the three-pointer every single time. Have a good night. I'll listen to the show.
Thank you for listening, first and foremost. Appreciate that. I agree. Like, what they certainly practiced the zone offense. Like, there were a couple, and Baba was missing them early, but Baba was just wide open, not only in the middle, like at the free throw line, but like down on the block, like a couple steps up from the block. They were just finding him, and it just felt so easy. And he was about 5, 6, 7, 8 feet away. And it's like, this is what you need to do. You need to find the holes in the zone defense to have any success. And they did do that.
Yeah, I guess you got to give credit where credit's due. I think every show people call and are like, what is Wes doing in practice? What does he do in practice? It looks like he did practice against a zone defense. Yeah. We've been asking for it for the last 5 years. They did finally get the ball inside, and he's right. And I've been bitching about it on this show for the last 3 weeks, posting up like Baba at the 3-point line and just having him back down from there like that. That's like basketball 101. It doesn't work. You got to get your bigs. You got to get them close to the post when they catch the basketball, because that's where they're a bigger threat, and it caused the defense to sag in on them. And they're huge. We got giants in the post, so we got to feed them. That's the strong suit of the offense. And Baylor's got some big dudes too. We made them look tiny out there. So yeah, kudos to Wes for drawing it up correctly, and kudos to really Jizzle James by himself, at least early for sure. And Day Thomas hit a couple of threes to kind of stretch that zone a little bit. Because if you don't make those threes, that changes the dynamic of everything. And we only shot 8 of 29, but we took that lead and never really gave it up.
Yeah, I was curious how Baylor stacks up defensively. They are on KenPom as the 124th best defensive team. So they're not good on defense. Maybe that had a little something to do with it. But they're 52nd overall, and we're 56. So, as boring of a game as people might say that was, I enjoyed it because Baba Miller looks like a freak. And Chom, it's nice to see, because there was a lot of frustration there to start the year where he did not look like he was earning his money that he got. And now he is. He certainly is. He's a really good player, and it's nice to see him kind of come into his own as a Bearcat. UC's 56th in KenPom. It's crazy. It's funny how dead we are, and how we have a coach that's likely going to be gone. And there's just other teams just well below us. Like Ole Miss with Chris Beard is 73. I thought they were supposed to be good. I don't know, Butler's cooked. West Virginia's under us. Missouri, we almost weren't we interviewing? We were interviewing Missouri's coach. So
Well, I mean, usually at 56, like you're obviously not really in the bubble conversation yet, but you're hovering around it at 56. It's such a weird dynamic because we are so far out, but our Ken Palm and net ranking and stuff like that would lead you to believe, if you were just, blindly looking at it, like, oh, this team, if they rattle off a couple, they'll be right in the mix. Unfortunately, we got to win like 6 in a row to even be considered, in my opinion. And we got Houston on Saturday. So,
yeah, the metrics love us. It's just, if we didn't lose that Arizona State game, it's just such a different feeling. You're 12-9. I mean, Seton Hall, everybody's heralding what Shaheen Holloway is doing at Seton Hall. Now, granted, that is a terrible job with no money, but they're 51 and they're 14-6. So I don't know why the metrics like us so much. But
yeah, I mean, West Virginia is right behind us at 57, and they're being considered in a lot of these projections. Like, they're 14-7. Yeah, wins and losses tend to matter a little bit, but that's a team that's firmly on the bubble and everything you look at, and we're not even, we're like the first 40 out of the CBI right now.
Yeah, dude, we're 213th offensively. That is so bad. Oh my gosh. All right. Anything else before we go? I think that wraps it up for me.
No, man. Are you doing the live show Saturday?
I don't know.
That's a tough ask.
It might be a road game. I might be on my cell phone. I have some plans that cannot be missed. So
we'll let Lily just do a solo show.
Yeah.
I know he's been wanting to.
Yeah, he's been dying for it. We just won't let him. All right.
That's all I got. That's all I got for this game, man. Good win. Happy birthday, Wes Miller.
Happy birthday, Wes Miller and Dan Skillings. Welcome back. I'm glad. You know what? I would feel bad if he wasn't expecting it. He had an interview in the Big 12 media days. He's like, nope, I'm going to get booed. And I think he knows that that's going to happen. And I don't think there's any ill will. It's just a player leaving, going to another school in conference, coming back. It's going to happen. All right. Cincinnati wins by 10 and covers 67-57 against Baylor. Thanks for listening, everybody. See you next time.